Hello. Today I'm going to talk about social media because I think a lot of people with Aspergers have a love-hate relationship with social media. It can be a good thing and a bad thing for everybody, really, not just people with Aspergers. But I find that social media, having thought of it like an actual form of socialization, which it is really, you're communicating with people, you're sharing information with people, you're looking at photos of people, you're getting notifications through saying so and so said whatever it is. It is a form of socialization. Just being involved in that and having forms of social media is quite draining. And for a lot of people with Asperger's, the internet is their main source of socialisation. Like, you've got Wrong Planet, you've got Reddit that a lot of people with Asperger's seem to use. You've got various different forums and groups, and, Facebook and YouTube seems to be a big form of social media. Even though I don't see it as social media, there is quite a lot of a social aspect to it, because of people talking to each other in the comments section and keeping up to date with other people's lives. A lot of YouTubers, like big YouTubers, are people subscribe to them to see what they get up to in their life, even if it's what they're having for a dinner or what colour pants they've got on. For some reason, people seem to want to watch what other people are doing, even if it's really mundane. That can be a good thing, because people with Asperger's, like, we've got to be honest, we are not that great, generally speaking, at socialising. And we do tend to be quite awkward, and that makes it hard for us to express ourselves in the way that we'd like to, and we kind of hold back from being ourselves in front of a lot of people because of fear of judgment, or fear of being singled out as the weirdo, or just not being accepted. So the internet, as weird as it is quite a good place to express yourself and to get your message across, and speak to people more confidently. And it's different when you're behind a computer screen, or behind a phone screen. It's very easy to speak to people as opposed to verbally, because you can write what you want to put and then you can edit, and you can really think about what you're going to put before you hit the send button. So, you're going to get exactly your message across, and then think, well, that was successful. Sorry, I'm going to take one of these bracelets off because they keep banging together and it's a bit noisy. I, for one, am much better at conveying whatever it is that I need to get across in a written way rather than a verbal way, because I stutter. I have to pause and think about what the other person said, and then think of a response, and usually the response isn't the response I would have liked to have given, because I didn't give it enough thought, that the pressure's on to keep up with the conversation. So with social media, like, I do it a lot because I post a lot of stuff about animal rights and the meat and dairy industry and that. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people have got something to say. When somebody's bacon, lol, hilarious, I'm just like, ooh, keyboard warrior. But in real life, I'd just be like, well, actually, it's really cruel, and, they dock pig's tails, and, it's very difficult, especially because with stuff like that, people tend to be very aggressive and defensive and not let you speak. That's just one example, but, But when I'm speaking to people online about it, I have time to reply, and you are given the opportunity to reply. And what I don't like and what I don't understand is when people talk over each other all the time. Like, that does my head in. I think it's really rude. I probably do it now and then, but I'm very conscious of, this is my turn, and then your turn, and then my turn, and then your turn, and then we both get a chance to say what we want to say. But in real life, that's not really how it works. But in social media, even though sometimes you get bombarded with people messaging you, especially people like in my previous example, you can get your point across easier. Another thing is when you get notifications come through and your phone's bleeping and group chat. Even the words group and meeting and social just make me cringe and want to curl up into a ball, and but it can get on top of you because, like I said before, social media is a type of socialising, whether we like it or not, and as cringy as it is because it's not actually real life, it is still a form of you taking in information from other people, thinking what to say, and then sending information back out. So as people of our disposition, we probably should take that into consideration and maybe limit what social media platforms we have, or limit the time spent on each platform, or block certain facilities or features on apps. Like me, I've only got Instagram and YouTube, and that is more than enough. And currently I've disabled my Instagram for a bit because I'm a bit all over the place at the minute. There's a lot going on, and I just don't need Instagram all up in my grill, like notification. And then, obviously the temptation to scroll through your news feed or your homepage, whatever you call it, on Instagram, and just, the time that you end up spending on these platforms is scary. Really, this isn't just people with Aspergers, this is everybody, everybody that uses social media. It's so easy to get sucked into this whole thing, and I think it's probably going to come to a head at some point, because it's not good for you. It really isn't. But I'm sorry, I didn't write like a list of pros and cons. I just thought I'm just going to do a quick video on this and see what happens. But what was I going to say now? Yeah, social media is good for a lot of things. Like, people slag it off and say that, we shouldn't have it and that, but it is good for stuff like fundraising and raising awareness of stuff. The reason why I've got YouTube, or a YouTube account should I say, is to raise awareness about my condition and hopefully help to break the stigma down and stuff. And it's like a bit of a community thing on here, and a bit of a support group, because there isn't that much support out there for people like us, is there? And with the veganism and the animal rights stuff, like, that is really important to me to speak about that, because I really don't like the way that animals are treated in these industries, and I need to say something about it. I can't just shut up about it and let people get on with it. So yeah, it is good for stuff, that's why I've got it, but it does like drain you now and then. So if you limit your usage of social media platforms and think about what social media platforms you actually need, like Snapchat and that, like, it's not really that useful, is it? It's just constant pictures and videos come through, and you know, people recording every single thing that they're doing, and it's like, we don't need to know. Do you know what I mean? Give it a rest. And yeah, and taking breaks from social media platforms as well, that does help. Because now I think, I don't even know how long I've been off it for now. It's only been a few days, but I already feel, even though I feel a bit shit at the minute, I already feel like I can concentrate on stuff better, and I haven't got that distraction. So I'm thinking, well, I can't just, you know, open Instagram and look through Instagram for a bit. So I'm gonna do some more cleaning, or I'm gonna get through this book that somebody's given me, or you know, yeah, just more important stuff to do. Make a YouTube video. Um, so yeah, that's my take on social media and how that relates to Asperger's. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.